Karamoja celebrates US, UK sanctions on corrupt officials. Saturday, 1 June 2024, 1723, by Richard OYEL. A wave of cautious optimism has washed over the arid plains of Karamoja, a region in northeastern Uganda. The cause for this newfound hope: sanctions imposed by the United States and United Kingdom governments on Ugandan officials allegedly involved in the misappropriation of iron sheets meant for Karamoja's development. Keep reading. In GT, building bridges, building mines, IGAD pushes for education reform. In GT, NRM advisor criticizes PDM implementation, vows to help, 4 people on the Grassroot. In GT, double tragedy, child murdered, suspect killed in apparent revenge. In GT, love conquers all, disabled student spends 6 years under care of fellow students. For years, the people of Karamoja have grappled with poverty, food insecurity, and a sense of neglect by the central government. The iron sheet scandal served as a bitter pill to swallow. These sheets, intended to improve housing and living conditions in the region, vanished, allegedly lining the pockets of corrupt officials instead. The news of sanctions has been met with widespread jubilation. We welcome these sanctions because it shows that the world has not turned a deaf ear to our suffering, declared Simon Nanjiro, chairman of the Karamoja Elders Association. His words resonated with many residents who finally felt their cries for justice were being heard on an international stage. It is a sign of victory for Karamoja and a step towards accountability, Nanjiro added. This sentiment underscores the deep desire for transparency and good governance that has long simmered beneath the surface in Karamoja. The sanctions, while not a complete solution, represent a long-awaited acknowledgement of the wrongs committed. However, the celebrations in Karamoja are tempered with a dose of realism. While grateful for the international pressure, residents are now urging the Ugandan government to take concrete action. It is now time for the government to follow suit and take action because sanctions are not punishment enough, remarked Simon Peter Longoli, a civil society activist in the region. Longoli's statement reflects a widespread belief that the impact of the sanctions will be limited unless the Ugandan government steps up. That's why some people say they would only be bothered by movement restrictions to Bukadia, he added, referring to a punishment that would directly affect the sanctioned officials' lifestyles. Isabel Adipi, a resident of Moroto, echoed this sentiment. We are thrilled by the sanctions, but we want to see more action from our government, she said. Those who stole from us must be arrested and prosecuted. The desire for justice goes beyond mere symbolic gestures. Residents yearn to see the perpetrators held accountable for their actions. The sense of injustice extends beyond the stolen iron sheets. Many residents believe there are more officials involved in the scandal than those currently facing sanctions. We know there are more officials involved, ministers and members of parliament, said Chero Emmanuel, another resident. We want to see them held accountable as well. This call for a wider net of accountability suggests a deep-seated distrust of those in power. The US and UK sanctions have undoubtedly sent a strong message: corruption has consequences. For the residents of Karamoja, the message resonates deeply. However, their cautious optimism hinges on the Ugandan government's response. Will they use this as an opportunity to clean house and deliver long-awaited justice? Or will the stolen iron sheets remain a symbol of broken promises and unfulfilled potential? Only time will tell if the international spotlight will translate into tangible change for the people of Karamoja. Yet, for the first time in a long time, a glimmer of hope flickers on the horizon, fueled by the collective voice of a people demanding what they believe is rightfully theirs, a chance to build a brighter future. Readers' comments.